Okay, find your three positions on the chair, all the way to the front, middle, and back, and then make your way to the middle. I think I just sat in a puddle of water. Just lots of disorganized things happening in our apartment right now. I think there was a sock drying on this chair. Anyway, I shall survive. It's nice and warm here. Okay, flip your palms towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Settle your feet underneath your knees. Rock back and forth. Lift your toes, wiggle them around. When I was teaching outside today, it was really nice because we could feel the earth beneath our feet, but feel the floor beneath your feet as best you can. That's one of the tactics you can employ to bring yourself into the here and now. Release your shoulders down, let them be super heavy, and then let your whole body become heavy and centered. Breathe gently in and out through your nose and just notice your thoughts. Notice where they're going. Are they going to something you didn't do or something you have to do later? I have a lot of things I have to do later. We're having a party tonight, but I'll try and be here. It's one thing about teaching yoga, it's almost impossible not to be in the moment. Okay, let's practice a little Nadi Shodhana today. Some nice wacky alternate nostril breathing. Cover one nostril with your thumb. Exhale, inhale through the other nostril. Yeah, I'm in Sasha's room. Cover the other one. Exhale, inhale. Begin to sense your rib cage, deepen your breath. Go side to side, exhaling and inhaling. And as you go, notice what happens in your body. Do your hands tense up? Do your feet tense up? Does your forehead tense up? Bring all your attention to your breath. Soften your body. Swallow if you need to release your throat. You can, of course, also do this with two hands, using just your thumbs. Pay extreme attention to the sensation of the air coming in and out. What is the temperature of it? Is there one side that is more blocked than the other? There's more resistance? Perhaps just stop on that side and breathe through that nostril for a while. My left side is more blocked. It always is. So I'm just going to pause with my right nostril covered. Just for a few breaths, see if it does anything. Remember not to squash your nose or deform your nose. It's just a gentle closing of the tissues. The goal being to leave the other nostril completely open. And now let's slow it right down. Take a big long exhale for your next one. Shorter inhale. Long exhale. Shorter inhale. This is where you might meet resistance. You may notice that your nostrils are more plugged than you thought they were when you try to do that short inhale. See if you can adjust your posture to change that. Pull your belly in, lengthen your spine. See if that makes a difference. Continue on. Long exhales, short inhales. The short inhales really make you aware of the small opening. Should also really connect you to your intercostal muscles. You really have to use all your muscles to do that short inhale. Release your hands. Take a few inhale, exhales symmetrically, both nostrils. Just notice the state of your forehead, just from the inside and the outside. So on the outside, there is your skin. Notice if it's wrinkled or furrowed or tightened. Notice the muscle, layers of muscle. Notice the layer of bone. And then from the inside out, just notice what you can sort of see on the movie screen of your forehead. There might be some sort of lights or shifting patterns. See if you can settle down those shifting patterns with your long exhale. Let's smoothly glide into astronaut breath now. Inhale 4 through your nose. Hold for 5. And then smoothly exhale, soften your body, soften your hands, soften your feet, soften your belly, even soften everything. Exhale 7. Inhale 4. It's that bright inhale. Get a little longer. Hold for 5. Sit in silence. And then the long exhale, softening for 7. So your inhale is for 4 or 5. That's a brightening, lengthening inhale. Your hold is for 5. And just sit in the soft silence there. It's not a forced hold. And then your exhale is where you really soften, consciously soften fingertips, toe tips, bum muscles, leg muscles, behind your knees, everything. Soften your throat. And then inhale, brighten. Sit quietly and calmly, that middle space, and then exhale, soften. That middle space is the space you want to go to when you need time to think. Deeply inhale. That's the brightness. Softly hold. Notice how your thoughts just settle down. There's not as much bright light moving inside your forehead. Gently exhale, count of 7 or 8. The last one. Inhale 4 or 5. Hold for 5. Exhale fully as long as you can. Make it maybe 10 or 11. Control your breath. Exhale, long, 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 long. Soften. And then keep that softness, but flicker your eyes open. So you still have that softness in your forehead. Flicker your eyes open, flip your hands, and just gently begin to come into cat-cow. So we're basically rocking the pelvis back and forward on this gentle breath in and out through your nose. Just on your breath. We're not pushing anything. We're not going deeply. We're just warming up the fascia and learning to move the body with the breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. Unless you like it the other way around, you can totally do it the other way around. Now begin to deepen your movement and deepen your breath. Inhale deeply forward. Exhale through your mouth out, maybe with a ha sound. Cat pose. Inhale brightly, cow pose. Exhale, ha sound. Deep cat pose. Stretch out the muscles of your back, your shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 3 more on your own time. Can you even identify what's happening with your clavicles here? What's happening with your collarbones? Are they moving a lot? Are they opening wide? And are they closing up together in towards your throat? Push your chin into your chest. Last one. You can do this one also on hands and knees, of course, and then just slide right into Sufi grind. We'll do 3 circles in each direction of Sufi grind. If you have time for nothing else in your day, do this with your cup of coffee in the morning. 3 Sufi grinds and a few cat cows. I 100% promise you, it'll make you feel better at the end of the day. 3 times around, come back to center, sit in center, take a breath. Notice what that tiny little bit of movement did. Excuse me, extend your legs in front of you, inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, slowest swan dive ever. Let's do a really slow sun salute. Finding the edges of your range of movement. Forward fold. I just did a yoga class, taught a yoga class, and I'm still tight. I'm tight already. An hour and a half later, inhale, half lift. The fascia has a lot of memory, and it likes to go back to the way that it's been for your whole life. Inhale your right knee up, long spine, lengthen the fascia of your back and the paraspinal muscles. Exhale, curl. Yeah, if you have a really good massage therapist, you can feel this as well. Your fascia and your muscles are different as you walk out, and then you can actually feel it come back to normal, come to neutral. You can feel your fascia and everything move back to normal, air quotes, inhale forward and exhale back really quickly. The body just copes, right? The body just does what the best it can. Inhale your left knee up. It copes with injury, it copes with trauma, it copes with dehydration, it copes with malnutrition or subnutrition. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. So the work that we do here is sort of reprogramming. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, neutral. That was one side. Feel good yet? Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Speeding up a tiny bit, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left knee up. Start to feel the fascia starting to release and stretch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, neutral pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, everybody, gently dive forward. Here we go. Inhale, long spine. Push with your arms, extend your spine, and exhale, fold. Inhale up. And neutral. Let's speed it up again. You can do exactly that, or you can do one with lunges. Here we go. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. I love the lunges. Exhale, fold. I think I should patent this one. Inhale, either your right knee up or lunge to the right. Exhale, come off your chair if you like, drop down. Deep inhale. Exhale, legs are wide, hands are on the knees, and neutral. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, either snuggle your left knee up or turn to the left. Inhale, long spine. Drop down. Inhale. Back to your chair. Extend your legs. Beautiful, flowy forward fold. Everybody has a different idea of what flowy means and feels like. It's all relative. As time goes by, your movements should feel more fluid. Inhale, overhead as you practice and get more supple. Neutral pose. Inhale, overhead. I've heard from many of you about the amazing benefits that you're finding. Continue to notice, continue to go inside. Feel these benefits, really concentrate on them and they will grow. Inhale, either your left knee up or lunge left. Exhale, drop down. Big inhale. Exhale, come to center, legs are wide. Inhale, open your chest, your throat. Exhale, close your throat, squish your thyroid, round your spine. Inhale, either right knee up or lunge. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, long spine. From my left heel to the tip of my left fingertips, I'm lengthening. Come back to center, extend your legs, take your time. You don't have to go the same speed as me, ever. It's nice to move together for some parts, but you can also do what you want, what's right for your body. Extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, neutral. Third variation, do either one of those ones we just did, or come to standing in front of your chair. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, put your hands on the chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, either pull your right knee into your chest or step your right leg back. Deep inhale. Exhale, push into the heel. Right heel is back there. Deeply inhale, long spine. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog on the chair. Stretch out your underarms. Inhale, either just lift your chest or ripple all the way forward. Press into your wrists, press into your fingers. strong shoulders. Exhale back. Working the right leg this time. If you're seated, it's the left knee that comes up. But if you're standing, right foot comes forward. Big inhale. Exhale deeply. I'm loving these 4 different sun salutes. So much better than just doing 4 regular sun salutes. Deeply inhale. Everybody, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, fold. And up we go, mountain pose. Neutral pose, take that rest. Exhale, rest. The trick is learning to exhale in one, or to rest in one breath. Inhale overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, fold. Left side this time. Step your left leg back or snuggle it into your chest. Deeply inhale. Exhale, push your left heel towards the floor. So good for the calf. I've been playing squash again, and I really noticed this work that I've been doing through the pandemic. Deeply inhale. Exhale. Step back, downward facing dog in the chair. I guess it's more like on the chair. Inhale, half lift, lift your chest or ripple forward. Exhale back. That's the best front body stretch that I've ever done. And now we're working the left leg here on the floor. If you're seated, right knee comes up. Deeply inhale. Exhale, push down. Deeply inhale. Exhale, everyone, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, neutral. Beautiful. Okay, no chair if you want, or do any one of those 3 that we just practiced. I'm sorry you can't see my head. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Snuggle your right knee in or step your right foot back into a lunge and inhale long. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, long lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog or neutral. Either stay in down dog or ripple forward, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog or cat pose. We're on the first side, so if you're standing, right knee comes forward. If you're seated, left knee comes up to your chest. Exhale, drop down. Deeply inhale, long lunge. Everybody, forward fold. Feel like this is proof that you can do yoga in any little sliver of space. Inhale, long spine, which is going to come in very handy with physical distancing in yoga class. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, neutral. Enjoy neutral resting pose. Here we go. Last side. Inhale, overhead. Lift your chest to the sky. If you're outside, exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg this time. Step it back or snuggle it in. Exhale down. Inhale long. We're going to our resting pose now, downward facing dog, which does, I promise you, become a resting pose when you do it enough. You can always be in child's pose here if you still want to do the full version. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Strong fingers push in to protect your shoulders and neck. Exhale, back, down dog. In the chair, right knee comes up. On the floor, left foot comes forward. Deeply inhale. Exhale, drop down. Big inhale. Everybody, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up we go, neutral pose. Exhale. Beautiful. Enjoy. Stand in mountain pose. Be silent, be still. Take a breath. Check in with your shoulders. You can have some really interesting feedback when you take stock of your mountain pose after you did some vigorous movement. This gives you a lot of feedback about your normal. Where are your shoulders? Where is your chin and your neck? And then take the steps to fix it a little. So slide your shoulders back if they need it. Tuck your tailbone if it needs it. Pull your belly in a tiny bit if it needs it. Make your jaw parallel to the floor. Balance your heavy skull. Figuratively balance it because it's not really balanced. It's actually supported by all your fascia. But figuratively balance it on your spine, top of your spine. Take a breath here. Perfect posture. Perfect posture for today. Okay, we're going to practice tree pose. So get your chair if you like. We've been doing tree pose quite a bit lately. I did it also in my class this morning. So come to the side of your chair. Hold on with one hand and then lean onto the foot that's on the floor on the inside. So you've got your right foot, well, I've got my right foot, but you've got your outside leg. I don't care which leg it is. Give it a little kick. Roll it around, working out in here, this joint right here, your femur, where your femur intersects your pelvis. This is your hip joint. Give it a little swirl, make it nice and soft. Jiggle your thigh around as much as you can. Push into your standing leg and come to tree pose. So push the sole of your outside foot into the outside of your calf. Actually, it's the inside of your calf. And then if you like, you can take your hands off your chair and come to tree pose. Just check in, notice your hips. Notice any sensations here in your hip joint as you widen your knee open. This is a balancing pose and a hip pose. You can, if that's super easy for you, you can come up a little higher, or you can bring your foot to half lotus here in front. You choose. Square your shoulders towards me. Bring your hands up, stare at a point on the floor or in the wall in front of you, something to help you balance. Notice the wiggles in your standing foot. Can you minimize the wiggles with your breath and your abdominals? Get really still. Spread your toes on the floor. Pull up in your arches. Deepen your breath. Take one more. Replace your foot to the floor and take a forward fold gently. This is a resetting move. Gentle forward fold. If you prefer to come back to your chair for the forward fold, you can. We won't stay here long, and you can always keep your hand on the chair. Come back up. Stand in mountain. Calmly walk to the other side of your chair. Same process, same stuff happens on the other side. Settle into your front, to your inside foot. Point your toes directly at me. And then come into some nice juicing up of your leg and your hip. A little flutter kicking. Then come into your tree pose. And I recommend you always do that before you go into any pose. When you have the opportunity like this, before you go into any pose that's opening here. So open your hip wide, push your sole of your feet into your leg, lift the crown of your head, and be like a tree here. Long, steady. Deepen and steady your breath. Steady your abdominals. And get as still as you can. Remember that it helps to balance if you look at one spot. Nervous system practice, balancing exercise. One last breath. And then quietly place your foot on the floor. Notice that we're not doing any falling today. Usually we fall. I want to keep this quiet. Exhale, full. Take a breath. You can gather opposite elbows in opposite hands. Come up quietly and gently. Try to maintain that sense of balance. Make your way back to your chair. Sit in that middle position. Take a breath. Let's take a couple of ankle circles here. You can't see my ankles, but you know how to do ankle circles. Let's take a couple on the floor first. So rotate your ankles around, both of them, both directions. And then we'll come into this position, our figure 4 position. Interlace your fingers through your toes. We haven't done this in a while. So interlace your fingers through your toes and give them a good circle in both directions, at least one, maybe two. Notice if it feels different when you actually use your hand to make the circle. Leave it exactly where it is, your toes. Otherwise, on your knees, gently fold. You can bring which one. Or you can do all. Coaxing. Oh, we get hyper. Finger. Here. Fascia of your feet. Everything's connected. And then come to center and lengthen your spine. It's worth taking that extra breath to lengthen. I'm pushing off my knee a little bit here to lengthen the crown of my head towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Forward folding. Choose your position. Are you going to be over your foot? You get a little hip, a little more hip over your foot. Or are you going to be over your knee? Over your knee, I feel like is a little bit more ribs, but all bodies are different. Come back to center and do a little tiny bit deeper. Gently coaxing that tissue so hard and thick there around your hips for a good reason, for a very good reason. And we don't want to get it, like I said, we don't want to get it too far open because we need the support of it. But for most of us, it's not really an issue. Come up, shake that leg out. Come to neutral, take a breath. Reset your normal. Feel the legs maybe kind of tingling a little bit, hip joints tingling. Last breath. Okay, extend one leg in front of you. Pull your right knee up to your chest. So we do this in the sun salute, but we're going to do this a little more thoroughly here. So really pull your right knee up as high up as you can, and we're not going to round over this time. We're just going to stay up and bring your knee towards center line. Pull your knee towards the center line and then pull it away. And this is not a big move. Pull it towards center and open. So just kind of wiggling the femur inside the pelvis. Just back and forth gently. One last time. Towards center and then open. Drop that leg, extend it, pull the other one in and try and get that foot flat on the floor. Gives you a little more support. Snuggle your leg in, really pull, and then pull your knee towards the center line. You might go past the center line. I'm going past the center line a little bit, but not much. Back to normal, open it out a little, pull it to center line. This is also a shoulder workout. Pull it to center line because we're getting in direct kind of argument with all of the really strong tissues around your hips. Pull back to center line and pass one more time. Back to center, kick it out. Take a breath. And then exhale. Let's do park bench stretch. Take your right leg up and over. Move to the front of your chair. Take your right leg up and over. And remember how we were pulling to center line? Pull across center line as much as you can before you go down. And then, if you can, hook your toe under your shin. That may or may not be available to you. It just depends on your body construction. I can do it some days and some days I can't. We're not going to do eagle arms here. We're just going to keep the shape. Bring your hands to your chair and just fold forward. So you may have to smoosh your bum back in the chair to get a forward fold here. Let's see what you can do. Squish your legs together. Take a forward fold. Take a breath. One more. Big exhale. Now, if you want, you can straighten your knees a little bit here and then take a forward fold again. It'll feel different. We're just working in and around the ankle joints, the knee joints. Eventually, it'll just pop open. You can't do it anymore. Spread your legs out, give them a kick. And take park bench on the other side. So I'm pulling my left leg up and over and I'm pulling it across center. So I'm really crossing my upper legs. Usually when we just sit, when we just cross our legs, we're just crossing the low legs, right? I want you to cross your upper legs as much as you can. And then if you can, take that little, let's see if I can do it on this side. I don't know. If you can, tuck your toe under your shin. I can sort of do it halfway. Doesn't matter if you do it or if you don't do it, it's exactly the same benefits. Deeply inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Squish it up. If you're outside or standing and not in a chair, this can be eagle pose. If you like, you could stand up. Or you can do this also sitting down. Now remember, straighten your legs a little bit more. What we're doing is squishing the joints. We're squishing the hip joints primarily, the knee joints secondarily, and the ankle joints sort of ancillarily, if that makes sense. Release. Give your legs a little flutter kick. Come back to neutral. Take a breath. Let's do one shoulder stretch, just because I feel like we have not done any shoulder stretches at all. Or maybe a twist. Actually, a twist will give us a shoulder stretch too. Lift your arms up overhead. You can cross your legs if you're seated on the ground, and exhale, twist in one direction or another. Grab your chair, grab your legs. Keep your legs really sturdy in front and twist. Deeply inhale through your nose. Deeply exhale, twist. Include your neck in this twist, just gently. Come back through center. Take a breath. You can even take a forward fold here if that feels like the thing to do. Take an inhale. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. So once again, feet are strong on the floor. You won't be able to keep your knees stationary unless your feet are strong on the floor. So spread your toes wide, connect right down to the fingertips and toe tips. Twist in the opposite direction, deeply inhale. Exhale with a ha breath. Wring out your belly like a sponge. So good for digestion. Deeply inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Extend your legs out long. Forward fold. Hang here in forward fold, either seated or standing or in your chair. Take a breath and breathe into your ribs. Spread your ribs apart. And exhale. Last one. Big inhale. Big exhale. Come on up to neutral in however you'd like. You can use your hands. You can use your belly. And when you get to neutral, take one more breath with a long spine. Really long spine, just as you're readjusting back in your chair. Pull yourself back so you feel the chair back against the length of your back. You feel the front of the chair maybe behind your knees. If you are lying down or if you're on the floor, you can come back into Shavasana here. Pull your knees into your chest, rock from side to side, maybe take a happy baby. If you're in the chair, soften your toes, soften the tops of your feet. Soften the backs of your knees. Just begin your delicious little pivot, this skill that you've all gotten so good at over the last 4 months now. The ability to be still. And I can tell you that you are well ahead of most of your fellow citizens of the world. This is not a skill that people possess. It is a skill we all must work at. Use your cues, use your breath, close your eyes, soften. Pay attention to the sound and the temperature of your breath. Pay attention to the feel of the clothes on your skin and the grass on your skin and the floor under your feet. Pay attention to the feel of the breath in your nostrils. Soften the big muscles of your legs. That takes a good, strong, steady exhale to soften. There's a lot going on there. Big muscles, let them go. Soften your pelvis and your belly, same, a lot going on. Soften your pelvic floor. Release the muscles of your torso. They're like a sheath. They're like a surrounding your ribs and your torso. Release it. Release your shoulders, make them very heavy. Flip your hands so the palms face upward. Let your fingers be soft and curled and very heavy, heavier than you ever thought your fingers could be. Soften your lips and your neck and your jaw. Soften your right eye socket and your left eye socket. Soften your forehead. Smooth the skin between your eyebrows. See if you can let the breath come in and out through that very space between your eyebrows. Notice the beating of your heart slowing down as you exhale. We do not have control of our autonomic nervous system, but we do have control of some little bits of it. And this is one way to slow your heart down. Lengthen your exhale, soften your body. Soften your thoughts. Now keep the softness and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Your head, take some head rolls, some ankle circles, some shoulder circles. Wake up like a cat, stretch. Wrist circles. Nice to see everyone.